You're listening to the Bogota Boys, recorded at the No Limit Cafe, downtown Bogota, Tennessee. We hope you enjoy this episode. Bogota Boys Youth Banquet is sponsored by Craig Barron Surveying, West Tennessee Crappie Fishing Guide Service, Pine Bluff Materials, Universal Contractors, Nutrient Ag in Wimberg, Jimmy Moppin, Hidden Hooks Ministries, Pete Kaiser Accounting Services, Mud Lake Planning Company, DeKalb, Asgrow, and Delta Pine, Outer Limit Power Sports, Dr. K's Tin Cans, Mallard Landing Duck Club, Kyle Jackson Scouting, Hurt Seed and Halls, K-Rose Farmers Gin, Jove Cotton, Waterfowl Outfitters of West Tennessee, Tyson Foods in New Bern, Cypress Creek Outdoors, Duck River Bird Taxidermy, Farm Credit Mid-America, Ford Construction, Hilliard Farms in Nauvoo, Window Alexander Realty, Choctaw Transportation, Stapleton Tire in Memphis, Roberts Gibson, Tybee Company, Tennessee Realty, KGM Technologies, and our very own Childress Farms.
Hello, listening world. This is the Bogota Boys. We're broadcasting from at the No Limit Cafe, which is in downtown Bogota, Tennessee, the self-proclaimed duck hunting capital of the world. We had a special episode today. We're broadcasting actually on Mother's Day 2026. What is today? May what?
10th.
May 10th, 2026, Mother's Day. And so instead of having special guests today, we've got two very, very special guests today, mine and Wally's mother and RT's mother. Before we begin, Wally, what's been going on?
Well, I guess this is our Mother's Day extravaganza. What do you think?
That's what's been going on.
Isn't that what I just
what's
said?
been going on. We're trying to get back on track, doing some podcast, and the good idea that come from one of the genius minds in the podcast is, hey, let's get our mamas.
Well, that implies there's more than one genius mind when you said the genius minds.
Yeah.
Our listeners are going to be surprised that there's one mind.
Yeah. They're going to, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, nothing. Everything, farming's been going good. Mama's still going good. Looks like RT's mom's going good. And I think it's kind of just an honor to have them on here because, now I know what I was going to say.
Oh, my gosh, he's been talking
It's not the duck hunting capital of the world. It's the Mother's Day capital of the world. That was it. Mother's Day capital of the world.
Every day is.
Yep.
Amen.
How about that, Tony?
RT, you got anything to say?
No, I'm good.
Why not? Your mom's sitting right there beside you.
What an honor it is to have my mother on here today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the many things you've done for me in my life.
Yeah.
Man, I could go all day.
Go on a little bit. We want to hear it.
Right.
People would rather hear from you than Wally ramble.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what? I bet
It-
bet your mama just had one wish that her favorite kid was sitting beside her.
He is.
Oh, look at that.
You're just two, Mama.
I got two.
Oh, yeah, right.
There you go.
I
there
have
you
three that aren't here. I have four favorites.
go. 4 favorites? Okay. All right. Now, y'all can all fight about
I have
that.
5.
You got 5
Yeah.
favorites.
Six.
We all,
7.
we're kind of like y'all. We all come to the consensus of which one's the favorite.
Yeah.
And they come to consensus it's you.
And,
No.
you know, it's
I know
obvious.
who would be my favorite if I was y'all. Mama. If I was your mama.
If you was my mom, I'd leave town.
If I was your mama, you wouldn't have to leave town. I'd left you. I looked at you first and I said, oh,
That would have been like winning the lottery if you was
oh
my mama.
gosh. But anyway, all right. Well, we got mine and Wally's mother right here to my right, and we got RT's mother here to my left, and then I'll let you introduce yourself. RT's mama.
Oh. Well, I'm Dana Fazell, and I'm from Troy, Tennessee. We do not have a podcast located in Troy, Tennessee, but I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, what's the name of your 4 children?
I have 4 children. The oldest is Chandler Fazell, and then we have Rhett Thomas Fazell, and Emerson Fazell, and Elena Fazell.
Okay.
They're all Fazells.
Okay, well, they're all possessed. Well, there you go. What's the ages from the oldest to youngest?
Oldest to youngest,
Yes.
30 to 20, fixing to be 20.
Okay, 10-year gap. Okay, you had children in the 90s? Mm-hmm. Okay.
They're all about 3 years apart.
Okay. Well, Mama, won't you introduce yourself?
I'm not sure I can remember all mine.
Well, let's start with the easy one.
Let's go with your age, Mama.
Let's go with your name first.
My oldest child is.
Hold a second. Introduce yourself.
Oh, me?
Yes.
My name is Judith Marjorie Childress. And I'm 85 years old and just real excited to be anywhere right now.
There you go. All right.
And my children are Julie, and I think she's about 67. Then comes one of my sons, Wally. He's 60. Then Tony, he's 58, maybe. Then I have a daughter, Jill, that's 54, and a daughter, Jennifer, that's 50. And then I kind of have Drew.
And he's about 40, what?
He was born in 77.
Yeah, well, we don't like to correct you, but you missed 2 ages out of that group, so it's okay. Julie and Tony,
I was 67 is Julie, and
66.
she won't be 67 to July the 8th,
That's right, and Tony is...
59.
Oh, now you know. All right.
Yeah. Well, she was projecting,
Oh,
except she didn't project with Jennifer.
Well, she probably didn't know when this podcast would be out.
Oh yeah,
That's probably the thing.
we're basing the day, their age on the May 10th, 2026. Well, okay. Well, you had 5 children, and you had children. I tell people this: Mama and Daddy had children in three decades, in the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s. 67 was their peak year. That's when they put out the best product.
Who would that be?
That'd be me, Mama.
Oh.
You knew that. I'm glad you tried to kind of
Well-
deflect for their feelings.
Yeah, they're all good.
There you go. There you
I'm
go.
proud of every one of them.
All right. Well, what do you do for a living?
I manage a outpatient physical therapy clinic, and I also practice physical therapy.
Okay. How long you been practicing physical therapy?
31 years.
31 years. Wow, that's a long time.
It is a long time.
That's a long time.
It does not seem that long. I really, really enjoy what I do.
Yeah, I think my wife has been a physical therapist for 30-something plus years. I can't remember. Mama, what do you do for a living?
I'm retired.
What'd you retire from?
Well, I retired from 2 jobs. One of them was cafeteria manager, and the other one was a postmaster.
Now, you
Worked
were-
for the post office.
Now, cafeteria manager, you were a cook at the school? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I was.
Bogota.
Elementary.
Yeah, which is now the Bogota Community Center.
And
How long did you do that?
About 16 years.
16 years? Mm-hmm. And then you ended that career, and you worked for the post office how many years?
Altogether, 40-something, but I only got credit for 23 years and 10 months.
Okay, all right.
The other parts where I was just to fill in, and you got no credit for those years.
Are you looking for a job or a part-time job right now?
I got a job.
Doing what?
I'm retired, but I'm a chief dishwasher at
That's right.
at the No Limit Cafe.
Y'all are looking at the chief dishwasher here at the No Limit Cafe. So if you find a spot on your dish, which is probably will never happen, we won't blame you.
Well, my eyes are not as good as they used to be.
Okay, there you go. There you go. But you don't wear glasses, do you?
I wear glasses to read.
Okay. All right. Well, do y'all have any questions for your mama, RT?
Oh, boy.
Like what?
We've only been talking about doing this for 2 or 3 weeks.
We have. I wasn't aware.
I mean, y'all say, the two of you say, the listeners say the opposite, but the two of you say I talk too much. The listeners tune in to hear me.
Yeah, but typically when I try to ask a question, you interrupt me.
Not today, he's not.
Uh-oh.
Whoa,
Because your mom's here.
Mama,
He's
just
going to
don't-
respect
I
your
can be the
mother.
referee.
I
gonna
respect. I can respect his mother and correct RT in the same breath, Mama.
Well, I'll correct
I
you.
would be like
I'll
this.
correct you then.
I'd be like this, Dana. Don't you wish he'd ask a better question? That's how I'd have done it.
I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to, I guess, Mom, you kind of talk about your mother a little bit.
Oh, I had the best mom. I might get a little leaky eyed.
That's fine.
Well, it's Mother's Day, so I was going to turn around and let you talk about your mother.
I appreciate that. I had the best mom. She's not was. Sorry about that, Mom. She's a very godly mother. Raised very scripturally. Is still somebody I can go to today. I'm very thankful.
Now, how old is your mother?
She will be 80 this year.
Oh, wow.
She's 79. She'll be quick to tell you that, but she'll be 80 in August.
Oh, that's good. Where does she live?
She lives in the Crystal community.
Okay, where's the Crystal community?
That's where Todd was born and raised.
That's
out
right.
there.
That is
Yep.
God's country.
Is that where the
Crystal
sugar? Is that where
community.
the sugar comes from?
They're cutting us off.
No, I mean, where is it? Is it
off the Old Lake Road.
Is it Old County? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Are you kidding?
I didn't know. I mean,
You need to get out.
Know where
more.
William Sausage is?
I do.
Not far from that.
I thought that was called Dixie out there. Wasn't it a school out there at one time?
Not
Dixie
right
by
there.
flipping.
I went to
Dixie
Dixie for a
south
little
of there.
bit. Dixie Rebels.
Well, wasn't there a high school out there that way at some point in time out in Crystal?
It's further out.
What was the name of that?
Dixie
Okay.
Rebels.
Okay.
I went there for a short amount of time.
The
Till
gym's still standing.
it is.
We play pickup ball in it.
Oh, I'd like to see
Going
that.
School. You would.
Well, since you brought up the youth, let's talk about some of the beauty contests y'all had y'all's little boys in.
Hey, did you ever put RT in the beauty review?
He won. King Rhett Thomas.
King of Troy.
for
That's
being
right.
pretty?
Absolutely.
What happened to him?
We don't make ugly babies.
Well, I know, but
Well,
I mean,
Mama, Mama, did Tony ever win?
Tony has placed a time or two. In
What,
different
last?
things.
yeah, that's
No,
that,
they have-
that is a place.
They have about 4 winners, and he might got second.
Sixth.
Yeah.
What about?
I remember I was in
wanna talk-
one and I come in last and it wasn't but one person in it.
Yeah, and one of them was a donkey.
Yeah.
What about your mama? Would you finish?
Well,
with your
those
mama?
judges were not. Those judges didn't look at.
What did she do for a living? We're talking about her mama.
Yes.
So my mom growing up worked part-time, and she worked at Sears for probably 20 years. And then when I was in high school, she started working at the courthouse in general sessions.
Was she a clerk?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Well, I just asked because my position.
I'm not sure what.
Were they
title
all
was.
clerks?
That's I don't.
Well, if you work at the courthouse with general sessions, you got the judge and you got the clerks, and like she could have been the judge. I don't know.
My mom is painfully bashful. It's like she's very, very shy, and so she says that between Sears and the courthouse, she came out of her shell a little bit. She had to working with the public.
Oh, I bet she did. Yeah, she was a clerk. well, Mama, what was your mother's name?
My mother's name was Bertha
Bertha.
Richardson Bardry.
Okay, all right. And how many children did she have?
She birthed 11.
11 children. And all right. Now, where were y'all raised?
We was raised in Lake County, a little community called Hathaway, down on the Mississippi River.
Okay. And what,
Very poor sharecroppers.
when was she born?
1912.
So she would be 114.
100, yeah.
114.
Yeah, her birthday's in June.
Okay. Now, what did she do
Well,
besides having
raised
11 kids?
mostly raised kids, but we worked in the fields. Mama worked in the fields right along beside Daddy. Well, Daddy had worked more than Mama, but she was in the cotton fields, chopping cotton, picking cotton, carrying her babies to the field.
I don't know. You've told me about what she had to do, and I don't know if she would be, if Grandpa worked more than her or not.
Not my, well,
Well, she had to get up, right?
oh yeah,
And then she had to
fix breakfast.
for all 12 of y'all, 14 maybe.
Well, it was probably 9 at home at one time that I can remember.
All right. Then she did what?
Well, it was in the fall of the year, she would pack us a lunch. because we couldn't come home for dinner, so we ate under the cotton trailer.
All right, so she went out and picked cotton, and then she made y'all's lunch.
And then she'd come home, we'd have supper,
She'd come home, she'd cook supper.
and we washed the dishes and cleaned up the kitchen.
So like a long day.
And she'd usually, and I think I told all this in my last podcast, but she would, after the season got on, she would have to patch the sacks, turn them over. It was always something. Keep us half clean. And we would not go to the field with holes in our pants.
Y'all didn't have
They were patched.
patched holes in your pants.
Yeah, not like they were this day and time, with
Okay.
half of the leg off.
You mean when you buy it now, it's already got a hole in it?
Pay
Big.
extra.
Y'all
Pay
didn't
extra for that.
They didn't know they were trendsetters back then.
We didn't go with. She patched our clothes. We didn't have holy clothes. Mm-mm. And women worked hard and had babies, and
Now, this is one thing. I can remember it when I was a kid. You saw it on all the women on Mother's Day, but I guess it's kind of a thing that's kind of dying out. It's no longer a tradition. Mama's wearing a flyer.
yeah, always.
We
Yeah.
did that when I was a little girl.
Yeah. Now I can remember they would be different colors. Mm-hmm. What, one of them be red or?
If
But
your if your mother was alive, you wore a red rose.
Okay.
If she was deceased, it's just in honor of your mom.
Yeah. I remember what it is. It's kind of the people. I mean, I know Mama's got one, but it's just not something you say very often. I think it's kind of a nice tradition that maybe it should come back.
Well, it's the time of year Mother's Day is when the roses are blooming, and we just go out and pull us a pretty one off the rose bush. All the little kids wore them, mamas and all the little kids. It was a tradition back then, and I want to respect my mother because she was a fine lady.
Okay.
Worked hard and raised us all, and we done pretty good, I think.
I think you did. I mean, I don't think there's
Got y'all out of it, you know.
Well, that's at least you went 50-50 with me and Wally.
Yeah.
I'm halfway happy for you, Mama.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very happy. I think God has blessed me more than I could ever imagine with the kid, y'all, my children being hardworking, all got families, and it's something to be proud of. So
Well,
I'm proud of you guys.
well, thank you. We're proud of you.
You know, I'm sitting there thinking about the ages of everybody here. Me and Tony are a lot older than RT's mama. And how it's changed. You know, you're talking about your mom went to the field. You didn't go to the field as much when you was young and had kids, but then you had to start working. RT's mom, I'm sure, went right to work as soon as she got out of school. And, you know, it's kind of, if you think about it, the family's got pulled apart in a lot of different ways because there's so much to do. And, you know, we're lucky all of our families are still close, but I'm not sure everybody has that because none of us have moved off hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles away yet.
Not yet.
No.
No, I went about 6 and still hadn't heard the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really know what to ask. I mean, there's things I want to ask, but I don't know. One thing I want to say is, I'll ask you since I want to ask my mama. Oh, mama, RT want to ask you. What was the first thought you thought, if you can remember, of when you actually knew you were going to be a mother? Was you excited, scared, nervous, all that?
Terrified.
Terrified?
Absolutely terrified.
Okay.
I was young and very career oriented, and I was terrified. But you know, you live and you learn. I messed up a lot, and hope I did a lot of things right. And
Well, Emerson and your daughter, yeah, they're yeah. I mean, you got
That was
number
later.
3 and 4.
I have the best children, and I know every mama says that, but I sincerely believe that.
Well, I hope
Well, you got to believe that in your own kids.
I hope you don't get upset when we give RT a hard time because that's just what we do.
If I'm upset, you'll know it.
Well, there you go. That's all right.
So we'll
I
just be
appreciate
nice
that.
to RT today.
That's what I said.
I was being nice to him.
No.
I can take it.
Well, after you had your first one, and then you find out you're gonna have.
It was so much fun.
No, I mean,
We just kept. Now his daddy would say
I don't want to know all the details.
His daddy says we kept trying for a good one.
There you go. And
But you got two at the end.
well, yeah. There you go.
No, I'm kidding.
I mean, was you as nervous with the second one?
No,
You had it figured out by then.
I wouldn't say that, but I was a little bit more confident.
There you go. There you go. What about you, Mama?
Well, the first one, you go by. We bought a book.
About a book.
It was a Dr. Spock book, and we bought that book to see what we were supposed to do and what she was supposed to do at certain ages, and very particular. I mean, didn't want if she was sleeping, you got to be quiet. Her naps were at a certain time. Her feeding was at a certain time, and it was just like clockwork. Didn't want nobody touching her that might be dirty. I mean, that's just the way you are with your first one. You don't want, aren't you? You're right. But that second one comes along, and bless his heart, kind of just let everything go because you know they're going to make it. It don't have to be that way.
So with Julie, you had a book.
I had a book.
What was the name of that book?
It was Dr. Spock wrote it. That was the name of it. We actually bought that book. We were in Atlanta in the Army, and we were there by ourselves, and I had that baby. I didn't have nobody around me. It was me in the hospital and a black lady. That's all I remember.
She was a nurse.
She was the one that told me, just keep pushing, baby, keep pushing.
So you bought that book.
Raised her by it.
Well, that explains something.
Wasn't Dr. Spock on Star Wars or something? Star
No, that was
Trek?
Mr. That was Mr. Spock.
He was a doctor, surely.
No, he was.
I'm almost sure it was Dr.
You're right,
Spock.
Mama. That is the one they talk about the baby, Dr.
Okay.
Spock.
He was a. I guess a child rearing doctor.
And when we came home on leave, she was real little, maybe 3 or 4 months old, I don't know. But anyway, we put a bassinet in the back seat of the car. There wasn't no car seat. And didn't strap it down or nothing. And that's where she slept in, coming from Atlanta to Bogota. And Don made this cardboard sign before we left. And it said, please do not spoil me. And I've still got that sign.
Wow.
Please don't spoil me.
Because she wasn't spoiled. She just, everything was just click, click, click. And you knew what you was going to do, what time. And she got up older.
You still got the sign?
It's still, yeah, I've got it, but I couldn't pinpoint it right this minute. I tried to give it to Julie a time or two, and I don't know if she ever got it or not. But yeah, we got that sign.
Never seen it.
You didn't?
No.
You know the house-
I'm glad it made it through the house fire.
Well, I was going to say, the house burnt in 1980, but no,
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, yeah, we still got that sign. Yeah. Or
Well,
I had it.
That was interesting.
But then when you have the rest of them, you know they're not going to break.
You don't care. It's like,
Well, you care, but you know they're not going to break, and unless they get sick, everything's going to be all right. So you kind of relax a little bit with them and let them do their own thing for a while. But you can spoil them to death if you're not careful.
That's happened to, I'm sure, somebody's kids. But Julie had a sign.
Yeah, Julie has a sign.
Well, good.
This is your sign.
That's the
Yeah.
first I ever heard of the sign. You ever heard of it, Wally? A
Have
book,
you never heard of
It's probably the thing they used to whoop me
a
with.
book and a sign.
Our poor Wally, he had to have a little paragarch in there. He had the colic a lot.
You know what Paragard is?
I do not.
Have you ever heard of it?
I have heard of it.
Paragard is, I'm going to call it a calming thing. They give it to cure all kinds of, if you had toothache, takes Paragard. Headache, takes Paragard. crying baby, take some Paragard. You know what Paragard was?
No.
Morphine and whiskey. I mean, imagine that calming you down.
It would work.
Yeah. Well, I imagine
I
if it was
did,
on,
but getting over that drug addiction at such a young age was tough.
Wally was a morphine addict, I guess.
And that's
Whippings will work.
Now that's what the doctor would.
It was for prescription, but I bet if it was on the shelves, it'd fly off.
I probably could have used some of that.
You mean for you or for them?
One or the other.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Well, what? I'll ask you. When did you know that? I know at least 3 of your sons like to hunt. When did you know that was going to happen? And have you ever been a hunter?
I grew up hunting,
Okay, what'd you hunt?
mostly deer. So I killed my first deer when I was probably about 10 years old, and I still would prefer to deer hunt over duck hunt. But grew up hunting. My dad hunts. My mom would not be caught dead in a deer stand or a duck blind. She wanted no part of it, but she would cook it, and she was really good at cooking it. So I met a fella, Fritz, who loved the Kentucky Wildcats and also loved to hunt, and I said that's the one. So I knew that we would raise our family hunting.
And you raised them to be wildcats too, didn't you?
All but one. We failed with the fourth.
What's she, Paul?
She is a Tennessee Vols fan.
There you go. Finally, you got.
But there's still time.
There's still time.
No. So it made it easier for them to hunt with you supporting it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mama didn't hunt either.
Well, I
But
say that our marriage survives hunting because I don't really hunt anymore.
But
And
you understand it.
I do understand it.
Mama kind of just let us to get us out of the house for 12 hours where she didn't have to do
12 hours. It was like 2 hours, and I spent one of them getting y'all ready to go.
Yeah.
When they got older, that was really nice because they would, for that reason. But when they were young and their daddy was hunting and they weren't old enough to hunt, it was some
Pretty bad, huh?
crazy times.
So you kind of had your Saturdays by yourself.
Absolutely.
Well, Wally had his
Still do.
There you go. So you promote hunting.
I do. Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
In the right way.
In the right way and in the ethical way.
Absolutely.
There you go. I appreciate that. I like that ethical way, the way it should be, to preserve it for the future generations. Well, Mama, when did you know you was gonna have some hunters in the family?
My daddy hunted duck on the Mississippi River every day in the winter. Every day.
Well, I was kind of talking about me and Wally, but
I know. Well, I guess I knew that when David Jones would ride his motorbike up to the house all ready to go hunting, and I'd have to get y'all's light bread sacks on your feet. Is that right?
well, there you go. We told her to turn it off.
Yeah.
I thought
But it
it
don't
was
have no noise on it.
But anyway, and y'all would all take off and go down the road to wherever you go, but you always come back. You never had a duck.
Yeah, we never had nobody carry us hunt
No. Now, my brother took them one
when
time.
we got older.
When they got older.
Yeah.
My daddy had quit hunting time y'all got up, and
Oh yeah.
Don didn't do anything but dove and rabbit, maybe.
Yeah.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
Anyway, we're having technical difficulties.
Mama was born before Mama's time. There was no deer.
No, they wasn't deer.
There was no turkeys. It's obvious there wasn't no cell phones either.
I don't know.
She's lived through a
Well, there were
lot.
deer and turkey. They just weren't here.
Yeah.
Oh, I've lived through no electricity, no running water, to you got a computer and see what's in the other side of the world going on.
We had an initiation when you would kill your first animal. So when you're learning how to clean them, and
Okay.
they would wipe the blood on your face, and I
Yeah.
did not enjoy that.
Did you do it to your kids?
No. No, and my dad.
Her dad did.
My dad would get so mad because I would wear makeup to hunt for the pictures.
For the
He,
pig?
he did it to me and Chandler. I know that. On our first deer.
Well,
But y'all were probably close, or you talking about she wasn't around when there was deer.
Mama
You
was.
probably hunted late 70s when they were hunting in Dresden.
Yes, we hunted in Dresden.
And that's right when deer started populating around here. And then y'all probably started hunting, well, I don't even know what that area is called now. Where the
It-
family farm, or the Bond farm was.
We had a hunting club that my dad belonged to, and we would stay in an old, dilapidated house, and would stay there and deer hunt. And I was pretty successful. I have a really nice 12-pointer.
There you go.
They carried it down there on a trailer from Philippi and put it in the middle of them woods. That's where they stayed, in that cabin or whatever you want to call it.
They moved the house or moved the deer?
They moved that house.
I know.
Oh,
I
okay.
wondered where he was going.
No,
I thought he was saying they caught a deer and moved it down there for you to shoot, but it was the house.
yeah. Because it's kind of full circle. A guy I work with now, he was there when they moved that cabin down there. And he says he remembers they were following them. And I guess they had CB radios or something back
we
then.
did.
And they were trying to holler at him to tell him to stop. Because he was going under the overpass that goes to South Fulton. And they didn't think he was going to make it. And they said he never checked up and it missed it by inches.
There you go. There you go. Well, you got any questions for Mama?
Mama, I know you've been a good mama, and I would put you on the spot to figure out when your happiest moment is, but I guess it's every day. And, you are truly appreciated.
Well, thank you.
Don't ever forget that by all your kids and even me.
I can tell.
Yeah, and we just kind of did this episode. It's kind of off for what we do, but if we can't get our mamas on here and get a recording, how are we going to ever get anybody else on here? So we appreciate y'all sacrificing to get on our podcast, because one of these days somebody will watch this and they'll enjoy it a lot.
Could be a great grandkid.
Could be a long time down the road.
Yeah,
that's
on a
something.
day like today, she has her mom, and I like to be thankful for her.
So y'all are
You
both.
miss them.
They're tugging our heartstrings.
Yeah. I've got an idea, for the future, whatever. What if y'all go through each kid that y'all have, talk about what they do now, and maybe like a couple of their favorite qualities that they have that you like. And
Okay, that'll take a whole episode on me.
I said a couple favorites. I thought that'd be interesting. Or, say where your kids are now, what they do, maybe how many kids they have, or
Let's start with
so
your
who
mama.
wants to start?
Start with your mama.
Oh my goodness! Now, what's the question? That seemed long.
All right, go through each one of your kids and what they do now, and maybe if they're married, who they're married to, how many kids they have, and
And an interesting quirk that they have.
Okay,
maybe favorite qualities.
So we'll start oldest to youngest. I have Chandler, who is married to Tatum, and they have Job and Jira, and he is a nurse, anesthetist.
I couldn't say that.
And I would say a quirky quality. He is, he's strong-willed. That's first and foremost, but he's really funny. And he's a good big brother. He takes care of everybody. Or back when they were little, he especially did. He would still do that. And then I have Rhett Thomas, this fine fella, who is married to Olivia, and they have Livingston Dale, and they have one on the way. And I would say that Rhett Thomas is he's an overseer. He's very thoughtful. He's probably the most thoughtful. He's the peacemaker. I'm going to say that. He's the peacemaker. And he is a quiet, funny. He's hilarious too, but in more of a quiet way. And he, if you're in his circle, you're taken care of. You don't have to worry about it.
Give us a quirk. And if
A
you can't,
quirk?
we can throw a dozen or so in.
Yeah.
I won't say a quirk, but I'll tell you one story. So I'm getting 4 kids ready for school. It's a job, and we get to Hillcrest. This is just a funny story. It's not really a quirk, but we're getting ready to get out of the car. It's pouring down rain, and Rhett Thomas says, I don't have my shoes. I don't have any shoes on." So I wanted to leave him there with no shoes, but we did go back and get the shoes.
I think that, I don't know if that's a quality. I think that's something I struggle with because I still today,
He's forgetful.
I
That would
think
be his
I
quirk.
have so many things in my head that I forget the simplest things.
That would be your quirk. He loses his wallet. He loses. I can't tell you how many things
You know,
this child,
when you were
Yeah.
telling that
this
story,
child
I
has
was sitting there
lost. And normally it's stolen. Like whatever it is, somebody has stole it.
They stole his shoes.
Absolutely.
It didn't take me long down here, and I lost my wallet for what, 3 months?
Your wallet.
And found it on the side of the highway and missed
in
it.
a dog's mouth.
Somebody stole it.
Dog.
That dog stole it.
Yep.
But you lost your phone one time too.
Yeah.
Well, that was stolen.
Yeah.
No, it was lost and picked up.
It's stolen.
But anyway, that explains a lot. It really does.
That was from a very early age.
That was me. Then who's next?
Okay, so we have Emerson Fritz, who is married to Alexis, and they don't have any children as of yet.
We'll see. Maybe in the future.
Possibly. Emerson is an observer. So he's whatever's going on in this room, like if it's really, really busy or he knows that person's going through something. I don't know how he does it. He's just an observer. That's all I can say is
I may have taught him some of that.
and he's just sensitive about things that people are going through. And then a quirk would be,
Well, funny story. Let's change the quirk. I like the little funny story about our day.
so Emerson, one time I left him for just an hour with his brothers
Uh-oh.
and a friend, and I met them at church later that night. Now they're older; they're old enough to be watching him, and so after church, he walks up to me and he has a giant clot of blood dried on the side of his head. And so, for one, I'm thinking, why has nobody at church mentioned this? But I said, Emerson, what's wrong with your head? And he immediately, no, nothing's wrong with my head. I said, something has happened to your head. His head was split wide open from dirt clod wars where they're throwing dirt at each other, but somebody thought it would be better to start using rocks.
No,
instead.
there's a rock in the closet.
Oh, okay. So that would probably be
That
one of
happened to
his-
me, by the way. Yeah.
It had been multiple
My brother
times.
shot a BB at me, a BB gun.
Mine did too.
I was short.
Could have put
My
my eye
sister
out.
did.
Chandler shot me at point blank range. It ain't loaded.
Well, that's careless.
Yeah.
They did it on
That was
purpose.
intentional.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I'm
Yeah,
learning as the
yeah.
years go by.
Amen, sister.
Chandler was the protector because he got you into it. His favorite line was, if we get in trouble, I'll take the licks for it. And then we both end up getting licks every time. It took me a long time to figure out, hey, if I get in, or if I do it with them, I'm getting in trouble regardless. So that's how it would work. And we may have had a little wallet we'd pass back and forth when we'd go get our licks, take some blow off.
There you go.
And then last but not least, we have Elena May Rain. How would you describe Elena?
Elena what?
May Rain. She's named after my grandmother.
Oh, okay. That's an unusual name.
It's
I thought
May and Lorraine, and I just combined them.
I thought you said Elena May Rain.
May Rain. That's just the southern accent I have.
Yeah. It sounded like May Rain like that. And I was like,
May Rain.
Oh, good. That's neat.
I would say she most personality-wise resembles Chandler. She's she's a little stubborn, but not quite as stubborn as he is, like a girl version. And
I'm glad Chandler got the stubbornness trait, because that's what I was expecting you to say about me. Because this bunch over here really thinks I'm stubborn.
no, you're the overseer kind of. She's quirk-wise, I don't know. She likes to travel, and she's to me, she's a combination of all of them, and I think that's just contributed to them. I think they were really good big brothers to her, and so she's a good kid. They're all good kids. They're great kids. Like, I have zero complaints, and I'm very, very thankful.
Well, it sounds like y'all did a good job.
Well, I always say I contribute my children to my grandparents. I had all of my grandparents until I was well into my 30s, and have heard them pray over my children, like by name. So I don't think Fritz and I have as much to do with that as the good Lord.
Well, yeah, he's had something to do with it.
100%.
He's had a lot to do with it as well. But I'm sure y'all had at least a small part.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give y'all some credit.
Well, thank you.
Well, that's interesting. That's a good place to end the podcast. I'm not sure I want to hear about.
I'm not sure you're going to hear all that.
Well,
Why are you looking at me?
nothing.
I'm not.
I didn't know if you wanted to do it or not.
I think it's pretty good. I just think Mama ain't got nothing to say. Well, you want me to point out some of your kids' stuff, Mama?
It might be best.
I'm not going to.
Oh,
Well, I tell you what, Mama. I'm gonna make it easy on you. Tell one funny story about each one of your children.
I can tell a funny story about some of them. But
Well, tell us a funny story about some of them.
I can tell you about, well, Julie's my oldest.
She had a book and a sign.
And she
we
was
knew.
raised by a book. Till she got on up in years, and then I can't do as good as she does.
No,
because she's
that's
younger, too.
many. And I tell you, the baby girl is the one that, Jennifer is the one that of course, Jill doesn't live here. She lives in Middle Tennessee. She's the educated, she's still in education.
She's a teacher.
Well, she instructs teachers. I don't know what her title is, but she's worked and got degrees, 2 masters, and but she's in Middle Tennessee. But
And I'm sure her students are lucky to have her as an educator.
she loves her kids, and she's got all of them in her school. Jennifer is the mother of the bunch. Pretty much tells these what they're going to do to a point on certain things. Like, we're going to have dinner, she'll get it all together. Everybody be there, and she's a financial advisor. Tony's a judge, and from all I ever hear about any of them, he does a good job, and people commends him for his work. And I think this is what I think. I think he really, he reads a lot of Bible, knows a lot about the Bible, and I don't say he makes his decisions so much about the Bible, but it's a guide to him. So, or that's what I believe. And Wally, I reckon everybody in Tennessee loves Wally. If they don't, they call him on the phone every day. So he's got a lot of people that and little kids when he was playing ball or coaching ball, to this day, Mr. Wally. He's just that kind of a person. They all love him. And I guess that's got him. And Drew's just a hard worker, and he's got 3 of the best boys I guess you could ever have. 2 are in Knoxville, and 1's in high school. But I'm like her. I couldn't have asked for any better kids, as far as I know. There's things you and I don't know.
That's okay.
There's things you don't need to know.
And I have found out a lot of mine in the last several years that I didn't think they did, but they did. But anyway,
I think those are rumors.
Yeah.
well, it was
Vicious
I want
rumors
to see the video.
that there's no cell phone video too.
but it was your friend, your friends that told me about it. So anyway,
Don't sound like friends to me.
on Mother's Day, I just want to say I'm very thankful to have my kids, my family. They've all tried to make me appreciated, and like she said, every night I mention each one of them, their families, and ask God to guide them and keep them safe.
I
And
agree
that
with
goes
you.
for my grandkids and all, but I think God's been special good to me. I get down sometimes, but I think we all do.
Well, what's the difference between kids and grandkids?
Oh my goodness, grandkids are so much better. And feeding off of her, I'd like to say that I'm so thankful for my daughter-in-laws. They literally treat me like a mom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm very, very thankful for their families, and y'all didn't know you were going to get the crying when I was there.
No, it's
I
good.
tried to tell him,
We need emotion on here.
but God is good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I think one of the great, isn't it? You know, I give a lot of advice.
Let her talk.
Let me give one more thing because I'll get it if I don't. Feeding off you. In-laws, I don't think God could have gave me nothing any better than what I got. They're all just super, and I love them all.
And everybody doesn't have that, I've learned.
Yeah, well, that's what they don't get along. But we couldn't ask for have a better family, in-laws and all, grandkids, great-grandkids, the whole 9 yards.
One of the, I'm going to feed off you. One of the things that I've learned doing what I do is, and it's unfortunate, it really is a lot of people don't have good moms or good dads. I mean, everybody's got a mom and dad, but everybody is not blessed to have a good mama and a good daddy who are involved in their lives when they're younger. And I'm not saying those mothers and fathers are bad people. It's just that maybe it's a circumstance, but it does affect you.
It makes a difference.
It makes a big difference. Just good parents, and I'm lucky to have. I was lucky to have good parents. I know Wally was lucky to have good parents, and it sounded like RT and Chandler and Emerson, and
Yeah.
we're lucky to have good parents.
Well, what I've noticed in life is and I told my kids this, you got to find somebody that gets along with your mama. You got to marry somebody that gets along with your mama because they'll like the daddies regardless because they don't get in their business much. But the mamas, if they don't get along with the mamas, it's bad. And I see that everywhere because it just creates another conflict. And, y'all young hunters, think about that. If you got a good mama, which you probably do, find somebody that gets along with your mama because it'll make your life a lot easier.
Well, if we're giving marital advice, I'd say find somebody that you get along with. Not that you just like or love for a
If they
moment.
don't get along with your mama, you ain't gonna get along with them anyway.
I'm not
'cause it's gonna be a
disagreeing.
battle.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but you could have. I mean, I'm sure there's some people whose mothers like their in-laws better than like their kids.
I kind of had a mother-in-law to say that to me one time.
But I mean, it's just if we're gonna get into maybe marital advice, RT, about father-in-laws not interfering in your life or any that, and just marital advice, that may be another episode because I'm sure there's some experts here.
I was going to say,
my
I've been
one
married.
thing-
Do I get to get some?
My one thing I say,
yeah.
and y'all can't shoot it down, so you make fun of it, but
When
it's true.
I lost my mother-in-law early, so Fritz's mom has been gone for a long time, and I didn't appreciate her at the time like I would now. So it's appreciate it because it's a big deal. It changes your life.
I guess when you're younger, because you don't
You don't appreciate a lot of
you
things.
don't appreciate. You just take things for granted, and as you get older, and you start saying more of the people that I remember him, but when you remember them, that means they're gone. and then you start messing them. I tell you what, one of the best commercials I've ever seen was it was with Bear Bryant. Y'all remember that? It was AT&T commercial. You remember it? They used to have landlines on your phone. We all remember that. RT, you remember landline?
Yeah, I mean,
There's a lot of people that don't remember landline. I don't know if it's Bell South or AT&T, and he's sitting there promoting their product. And for those of you who know Bear Bryant, he's a stern-looking guy. And at the very end of it, he says, I think it was a Mother's Day commercial. You need to pick up the phone and call your mother. I wish I could.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, that's tough.
Well, and I think when you're a young mom and you're just in the nuts and bolts of life, you're just trying to survive the day with a toddler and potty training and a teenager and sending one off to college. So when you reach our age and you're able to reflect, that's when you start to question things that you could have done better.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you did it perfect, then they wouldn't have turned out to be who they are. So mistakes are not always bad things.
But they're in the past.
That's right.
That's the good thing about it. They can be You can go to the future and be better.
With the grandkids.
But they get away with a lot of things that the kids don't get away with.
Everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Since I've had grandkids, I realize, I wasn't too hard on my kids, though. But, I realize as long as they're safe, I don't care what they really do. As long as they're good people and respectful. If they want to play with them electrical cords, I just go over and unplug the main thing and let them play with it,
Mm-hmm.
They won't have no power in them, but, it ain't like, get that out of your head. Mamas are harder on their own kids.
Yeah.
Well,
On that note.
on that note, is there anything y'all want to add to the before we start winding down?
I think RT needs to tell us about when he had to put his head between his legs.
I want to see it.
that was
That was
about
passed down.
every time we went to the mall in Jackson on the ride home.
Were you that kid I always saw with his head between his legs at the mall in Jackson?
We had to have
Had a little beauty review crown on it. Sitting beside him.
we had assigned seats in the vehicle. Like you had
It
to.
wasn't just me though; it would be my friends or whoever was with us.
Hey, if they're with us, they're my kids.
Yeah, everybody had their heads between their legs.
Were you looking for something you dropped or lost?
No, you didn't look up either. You swipe you from
The driver.
the driving seat.
That's funny.
That is kind of funny. Can you do it now?
No, I haven't.
I
I
know.
mean, I could, but it hurt, and
I know I
I'd
could.
probably pass gas.
I'd probably pass out.
I'd probably just pass.
Well, I think we're about to wrap up because we're going into a. But is anything you want to say and I'm going to ask you the same thing. Any advice you give to any person that's out there?
I thought you turned it off.
I didn't know how to turn it off. I barely know how to turn my phone off. Anybody out there that maybe a person who wants to be a mother, or not a person, a female wants to be a mother, they just become a mother. Just any advice you'd want to give them?
Well, first, I want to thank you for having me because this is really special to me. And I would encourage all want to be moms or new moms to put God first in everything that they do and say. And I also encourage you to look for a mentor, whether that's in your family or in the church or someone that you could, ask questions to. Because like Juju said, when we had our first son, we did not know what we were doing. And so that warranted a lot of calls to my mom. But, everybody doesn't have that resource. So somebody within your church or community that you're going to have questions, even if you have a book or if you think you don't know. And so I encourage, to put God first and then to look for a good mentor. And I'd just like to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day.
Oh, that's good. How about you, Mama?
Same.
Same thing.
Happy Mother's Day. Get your children, take them to church, and Just try to live the best life you can. Everything will work out. It'll be in God's hands.
Good. Well, Holly, anything you want to add before we start wrapping up?
Make every day's Mother's Day. Call your mama, say hi, tell her you love her. Don't take any time. Makes them feel better, and it'll make you feel better.
RT, anything you want to?
I want to thank my mom for being here and for the many things she's done. And I've got a little verse to read. If you want me to read that now,
You can.
I can.
Is it a verse or quote?
It's a couple verses. This is from Proverbs, chapter 31, starting in verse 28. Her children arise and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Honor her with all that her hands have done, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. I think this is something that describes my mother, and also Miss Judy and my mother-in-law and all the moms that, grandmothers, my wife, all the women in my life. I've been very blessed that they all fear the Lord, and we've all been on the journey to grow closer to Him in our lives, and I'm grateful for that.
Wally, you want to say a prayer?
Yeah, let us pray. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us all together again on this Mother's Day to honor our mothers, our wives who are mothers, and thank you for bringing them into our lives and helping them to raise our kids and be our families, and they'll also help take care of our mothers when the time comes that they need it. And there's nothing better than a good woman. I'll always say that, and I'll always believe it. Thank you, Lord, because you've blessed us in everything we do. Without you, we have nothing to go by that makes us better. So with you in our life, we're just stronger, better people every day. Anytime we can be Christ-like and follow in your steps, it just makes our life better, happier, and it brings just more good people into it. Thank you for everything. In Christ's name, pray. Amen.
Amen.
Man,
Amen.
Before we close out, we're not done yet. I'd like to thank both of y'all for being here, and it's a special episode. I'm glad to hear some funny stories and some things about that, and for all the people that are out there that they're listening to this, if you've got that opportunity, just pick up the phone, give your mother a call, and just tell her how much you appreciate her, because I certainly do appreciate mine. This is Bogota Boys broadcasting from Low Limit Cafe in downtown Bogota, Tennessee, the self-proclaimed duck hunting capital of the world.